Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
All right, both Alabama United States Senators, Tommy Tuberville and Katie Britt, have called on President Donald Trump to stop an age-old practice. That age-old practice basically says, hey, we're going to give a sweetheart deal to unions on construction contracts. And that is not fair. That is not right. That is not how things should be done. But they created this little carve-out under the Biden administration. I jokingly called it an age-old deal because it's not. It's relatively new. And they're calling on Donald Trump to kind of pull back this and say, look, just bid it out and let the chips fall where they may, which is exactly how government contracts should be done. But like I said, under the Biden administration, they stopped doing that. Instead, they went directly to union stuff, and that's not how it's supposed to work. Federal construction projects shouldn't be done this way. You're distorting the market. It's not supposed to happen that way. You should be going to the best project that can possibly get done by the best bidder.
Number 6.
All right, President Donald Trump announced something that is near and dear to my heart, that Coca-Cola has agreed to switch back to using real cane sugar in its U.S. drinks. It claimed the company has not confirmed yet, but they did not say, no, we're not doing that. So what we have is the president making an announcement, and then there being some question about what exactly that announcement means. So he says this is what they've agreed to do. He said this will be a good move by them. You'll see it's just better. Does it taste better? I don't know. We're going to find out here in just a little bit. But it, again, remains clear whether Coca-Cola agreed to this or not. And with the taste difference and the health difference, it's going to be cane sugar as opposed to corn syrup. I think I feel like corn syrup is making us fat. No. The fact that we're drinking like 12 sodas a day, that's what's making us fat. But, you can blame it on this if you want. Just don't blame yourself.
Number 5.
Alabama Republican Party Chairman John Wahl has issued an ultimatum to public libraries and said to them, hey, start saying library or you're going to be in trouble. That's what he said. No, he actually said to them, there are new regulations on gender ideology and the content surrounding it that you're going to follow. And if you don't follow it at the library, then you're going to find yourself in a pretty bad situation and you're going to lose that funding. Now, this is all pretty clear to me. You should probably not have books about gender ideology, sex, race, and all this other stuff in the children's section. And we shouldn't be courting drag queens to read to kids. I don't know. These are all things that most normal people are down with. But for some reason, the people at the library is like, we can't possibly be a library if we're not having drag queens read. And everyone's going, no, we're not going to pay for this. So do it or lose the funding.
Number 4.
The United States Senate moved forward yesterday with President Donald Trump's $9 billion clawback. That is the rescission bill, as they call it. A $9 billion bill, which people will say, well, that's not really anything. Okay, good. Then stop complaining about it. Okay? Yeah, this isn't anything. $9 billion is nothing. Okay, then stop worrying about it. After these dramatic late-night votes, it cut $1.1 billion from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which funds NPR and PBS, which should not exist, by the way. They just shouldn't exist. They should take Elmo out back behind the Capitol and put him in a wood chipper. That should be the end of the conversation. And he's an anti-Semite. Don't defend him. Don't defend him. He used the T slur yesterday, too, or the other day. That's unacceptable behavior. I think he used the N-word, too. Not good. $7.9 billion from foreign aid programs, too. So $9 billion.
Number 3.
State Representative David Faulkner, a Republican out of Homewood, has called for the Alabama law enforcement agency to release body cam footage of the Jabari Peoples shooting to his family as soon as possible. Yes, we're still having this stupid conversation. And the one thing I love about this, we're having a stupid conversation about an issue that has gone on for like a month, and the governor comes out and puts out a statement. And what does the governor's statement say? Nothing. The Alabama law enforcement agency has made this case a top priority, and I'm confident they're working efficiently to get this done. As soon as their investigation is complete, the body cam footage should be turned over to the local district attorney, who will be able to show the family and whoever else this deems appropriate. It is important that Aaliyah carefully and thoughtfully work through this case And I'm confident the facts will prevail here. That's just this investigation is happening, and it should happen statement. Does Kay Ivey know that her office put this statement out? Does she know? Is she aware? I doubt.
Number 2.
An Alabama barbecue restaurant was raided by ICE. Wait a second. Hold on. In a barbecue restaurant. That doesn't fit the narrative that we were told about these raids. We were told they were only going after Mexican restaurants. Were they lying to us and being disingenuous? I guess they were. It was all part of a vast scheme to smuggle in undocumented workers, according to the federal government. It was dubbed Pedro's People. Don't name your schemes. What are you doing? Why would you do that? That's like putting all your pedophile friends on a list. Don't do that. What are you doing? Anyway, there was a significant financial fraud involved. This was the only non-Mexican restaurant raided as part of the 14 that were raided this week for various issues, including Paycheck Protection Program fraud. Wait a second. I thought they went after these people because they were brown. Now you're telling me they were breaking other laws while breaking these laws? Wild.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's Donald Trump's fault. He's the one doing this. Republicans are showing support for legislation related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation and decrying political maneuvering, with some accusing Democrats of exploiting the issue. Of the Epstein list. The Epstein list where Donald Trump and his kids and the people campaigning for him and Republican influencers and everyone involved for years said there was like some sort of list that should be released, and when Donald Trump became president they would release the list, and there were a bunch of files that they said they would release when Donald Trump became president, and now we're accusing Democrats of exploiting the issue, which they're doing, that the president and his family and influencers and media figures exploited for years, and said that if Donald Trump was president they would release the list. And now that Donald Trump is president for the second time, he's saying, I'm not going to release the list, and I'm going to be as defensive as possible as I can be about this so I can look as guilty as possible while I'm doing this. Oh yeah, that's exactly what's happening. We might as well have like a video of Donald Trump feeding the list through like through an actual wood chipper. Like we should have him do that. Why not do that? Why not just do that? Why not? Just show us that he's on the list. That's why not? Why not do that? Because that's exactly what this looks like. Now you have multiple members. Speaker Johnson says the list should be released. The list should be released. Excuse me. We have Thomas Massey saying that the list should be released. And we say list, so now we're all trying to figure, what list are you talking about? There's no list. Guys, when we say list, we mean files. When we say files, we mean files. When we say list, we say files. When we say file, we mean list. Everyone knows what we're talking about. People want more information about the Jeffrey Epstein investigations. And now it's a bipartisan issue. We just got to line up the timelines. Okay? In the past, it was Republicans saying release it. Now it's Democrats saying release it. Before, Democrats were like, it's nothing, and now Republicans are saying it's nothing. It sounds like everyone's a pedophile. That's what it sounds like to me. And so at this point, if you've changed your position on this, I really need to wonder what you actually believe about anything. Because it seems like you have decided that it's based on who you think it impacts. And if you don't want the list released at this point in time, it sounds like you think Donald Trump might be on the list. Yeah. Trust me, we'll continue talking about it as long as they continue talking about it. I said you could have ignored this, but Donald Trump's out there with a shovel in one hand and a Coke with cane sugar in the other, and the guy will not stop digging. So we're going to continue covering it because he's being very stupid about this. Let's take a quick timeout.
Get WBNN's Dale Jackson 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.